Chromium OS is a Linux distribution designed by Google to work primarily with web applications. It is the open-source development version of Chrome OS. Overview, Architecture. In preliminary design documents, Google describes a three-tier architecture: firmware, web browser and window manager, and system-level software and user-land services. The firmware contributes to fast boot time by not probing for hardware, such as floppy disk drives, that are no longer common on computers, especially netbooks. The firmware also contributes to security by verifying each step in the boot process and incorporating system recovery. System-level software includes the Linux kernel that has been patched to improve boot performance. User-land software has been trimmed to essentials, with management by Upstart, which can launch services in parallel, respawn crashed jobs, and defer services in the interest of faster booting. The window manager handles user interaction with multiple client windows much like other X window managers. Release history. By May 2010, compiled versions of the work-in-progress source code had been downloaded from the Internet more than 1 million times. The most popular version, entitled Chromium OS Flow, was created by Liam McLaughlin, a then 17-year-old college student in Manchester, England, posting under the name HexXi. McLaughlin's build boots from a USB memory stick and included features that Google engineers had not yet implemented, such as support for the Java programming language. While Google did not expect that hobbyists would use and evaluate Chromium OS ahead of its official release, Sundar Pichai, Google Vice President of Product Management, said that, "What people like HexXi are doing is amazing to see." Pichai said the early releases were an unintended consequence of open-source development. "If you decide to do open-source projects, you have to be open all the way." HexXi's work continued into the following year. He announced Chromium OS Lime in December 2010, and in January 2011, released Luigi, an application designed to jailbreak/root the Google Creek 48 Mario prototype hardware and install a generic BIOS. The developer made the builds available in virtual machine format on March 13, 2011. With no official build of Chromium OS forthcoming from Google, HexXi's vanilla nightly builds of Chromium OS remain the principal resource for people wanting to try Chromium OS. As of April 20, 2013, HexXi has discontinued uploading his builds of Chromium OS. Arnold Bat still maintains daily and weekly builds, with additionally available usage guidelines and help. In May 2011, Dell Computer also released a new build for the Dell Inspiron Mini 10V netbook, following up on an earlier build released almost 18 months earlier. The build did not support audio, but was bootable from a USB drive. In July 2012, Chromium Build Kit was released. It automatically compiles a developer build and installs Chromium OS on a USB drive. Devices. Some devices have shipped with Chromium OS pre-installed. They include the Kogan Agora Chromium laptop by the Australian company Kogan and the Xi3 modular computer, introduced by the company of the same name. Trademark Dispute. In June 2011, ISYS Technologies, based in Salt Lake City, sued Google in a Utah district court, claiming rights to the name Chromium, and, by default, Chromebook and Chromebooks. The suit sought to stop Google and its hardware and marketing partners from selling Chromebooks. The suit was later dismissed, and, as part of an undisclosed settlement between Google and ISYS abandoned its trademark efforts. See also: Android, app runtime for Chrome, Core OS, Chromium Creek OS, Linux, Firefox OS, Google Chrome OS, July OS, Weak Converger, an operating system based on Firefox. References. External links. Official website, Chromium builds by HexXi.